Hey guys, it's me there. Today I'm going to explain to you what Good Friday is and why it's called Good Friday, if you don't already know. So, I'm going to explain it to you in pictures, because, well, sometimes it's harder to explain in words. You know the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Yeah. So, like, the Sunday before the Good Friday was the triumphal entry into Jerusalem. So, Palm Sunday. A bunch of people. Oh, and by the way, I'm just drawing in a whiteboard right here. Please don't be mad if it's really bad. So, you know how Jesus entered triumphal into Jerusalem? Triumphantly? Can you say that? Triumphantly? I know, I definitely couldn't have before I thought about this. So, Jesus entered Jerusalem very triumphantly. And you know the people put the palm branches. Okay, I'm just giving up on this. I'm just making this really easy. Okay, so palm branches. They wave this down at Jesus, right? And that's on Jerusalem. So, you know, Jerusalem was the capital of Israel. And it's played an important role in history. For example, like the Crusades. So, it's described as a very, very strong city. Like this. And it's on a hill, too. So then, it has a bunch of grass in it. Right? And so, the Lord's dwelling was there. Like the Ark of the Covenant. Ark of the Covenant. So, as I described it before, there's like two angels on it. And like bowing down. Then it's carried on a bunch of poles. Like this. And then there's like a bunch of designs here. I'm just gonna put... I'm just exempling a design. It didn't look like this, but somewhat like it. And I think my sister wants to say hi.
Hi, bye.
And, oh yeah, did I tell you it's her birthday tomorrow, January 27th. So anyway, Ark of the Covenant was in Jerusalem, right? And it was really important because God's temple was there. The reason why I'm telling you this, because it all takes place there. The temple. Solomon's temple was really grand. Like really big and mighty. I'm not sure if it actually looked like this. Like the temple actually looked like this, but I just saw it in an illustration once. If you're a Bible scholar, don't criticize me, please. So it's basically just looking like this, right? On the outside. And then all of the people can come in and atone their sins, right? So these are the gates. Oh man, I can't write today. Gates. And then Ark of the Covenant. Here. And then there's like a huge court over here. So this is Solomon's temple, right? You know how it got destroyed by Babylonians? And then the exiles rebuilt it, right? So then it looked like this. Not as good, right? But then King Herod, he enlarged the temple really big to please the Jewish leaders. So it's basically Solomon. Exile. Herod. This is probably not accurate, but he enlarged it so much compared to these. And so the ark is there. Right, the ark is here, but separated by a big veil, and that's important. Or like a big curtain. And then, so Jesus is brought in after the Last Supper. Okay, so when I make the people, they'll just look like fingers with symbols. So Jesus is the cross. And then, but however, if they're royal, I'll make a weird crown. But if they're priests, I'll just go like this. So Jesus, king, royalty, or king or royalty, and then priests. So Jesus met with the king, however, not in the temple. So they're out of the question right now. Jesus met with the priests. It doesn't say how much priests he met with, but I'm just going to say there's 20 of them, okay? So Jesus met with those priests. They got angry at him. Like, really angry, because he claimed to be the Son of God. He was right, though. The priests were wrong. And then Jesus goes from temple to palace. So this is the temple, and this is the palace. Jesus went to the palace, right? And then there, he met the king. Right? Herod was hoping Jesus would perform a miracle, however, Jesus did not. So he gave him over to the governor over the Judean area. He's technically royalty, but not also royalty at the same time. So he's just going to be figure with the G. G for governor. So his name was Pontius Pilate. If you know the Apostles' Creed, then yeah, he's the same dude. Jesus went to him, and then there's this huge crowd. Right? The crowd. And then Pilate, every single year, would ask them, oh, I'm sorry if they look like Among Us. So Pontius Pilate, there was this, like, tradition that every year they would release one prisoner. It was a dude, Jesus Barabbas, or just Barabbas versus Jesus. So, background on Barabbas. He was a murderer, and the people wanted him over Jesus. So, if you play Among Us, you'll know this. How they hold weapons and stuff, right? So, So we've got this, right? The Among Us figures. They're back again. I'm sorry if it's not that good. The Among Us figures. So Barabbas is basically this evil dude, right? Who is always like that figure who's holding knives. And if he gets ejected out of the ship, in his other hand he always has another weapon, right? And he used that on other people, right? However, Jesus, I'm sorry, this isn't that good, but Jesus just be like, the angel skin in Among Us, how he has the halo, then he got them wings. Except Jesus is not an angel, he's God. I'm just trying to make this easier, simpler. So, which one would you choose? This dude or this dude? It's obviously this dude. However, the other people, they chose this dude. So they wanted Barabbas, check, over Jesus. This is how the people were like that. And so now I'm going to use Among Us figures from now on because it's easier than drawing figures, like fingers. So, like that. And then Jesus, he is brought on like the road of carrying the cross. Trust me, this is not like a small cross. You know what the crosses on your church? Or sometimes they have them like behind the pastor when they preach. This is like those crosses. Like those huge crosses. Imagine one man, Jesus, having to carry it all the way to Golgotha. So the path. Yeah, like that. Okay. So Jesus finally gets there, right? But before, Simon of Cyrene, the Romans made him carry it. And so then Golgotha. Jesus is convicted with 3 other prisoners. So there's 3 crosses, right? And then Jesus dies after a long time. And then, no, not a long time, after a couple of hours on the cross. So the veil or the curtain that I was telling you about, it was split because that means God's Son died and paid for all the sins, so there's no need for atonement. So God and his people can be one. And that's the story of Good Friday. And also, Jesus was raised from the dead 3 days later. Hallelujah. Thanks be to God. Say via like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, and the bell below. Bye.